standing at the front of a classroom in 9th grade, and I feel like my dignity is on the line. I'm here because my guidance counselor called a meeting for students who are failing 2 or more classes. But that's not why I'm on edge. I'm on edge because moments ago, when I tried to sign in, this big kid named Carmen blocked me, and he said for the whole room to hear, "What are you doing here? I thought all Asian people were smart." So there I was, confronted with this casual racism, and I had a moment to decide what to do. Should I punch this guy in the face right now? That really wasn't me. Should I say something cocky back to him? I didn't have the words. So I just shook my head and I said, "Nah, man," and I sat down. And the room was silent, and I felt like crap. That story kind of typifies the way that racism has played out in my life. It always hits me unexpectedly, and I'm left so frustrated because there's no resolution. The racism happens, and I'm left feeling like I wish I had said or done something differently. A few years later, I was playing soccer for the high school, and this is Upper Darby, which is a very diverse place, if you know it. And I played backup goalie, which means I didn't play. We were playing a school in Chester County, and during the first half, my friend Rob was playing, and I saw him getting very physical with this one player, and there was a lot of talking going on. He was getting frustrated. At halftime, I asked him what was going on, and he told me that the guy was getting physical, but he was also getting racial. He was calling Robbie a sand N-word. You see, Robbie's Indian American. This kid was white, and unfortunately, I just learned a new racial slur. And this kind of racism kind of falls between casual and cross-burning, and my blood was boiling. We lost that game, and afterwards I'm on the bus and it's all quiet, but I see a commotion that's growing on the bus. It's because that kid is walking right along the outside of the windows. He's staring at all of us. He gets to my window, and we locked eyes, and I lost my mind. I went full Delco, if you know what I'm saying. It's not like me. I tried to run off the bus, and my coach restrained me and sat me down. The bus pulled away, the kid is still talking, and there I was again, sitting with no resolution. 8 years later, I had become a high school teacher and a soccer coach. And that season, there were 2 new coaches on the staff. And early in the season, after one of the first practices, I was getting to know them, and I said, this one guy named John, I said, "Where'd you go to high school?" And he said, "The school where I had lost my mind 8 years earlier." So I said, there was a kid on your team that I wanted to kill because he was a freaking racist. And John looked up from the bleachers, and for the second time in 8 years, we locked eyes. He said, "I was that guy, and I'm so sorry. That was the lowest point in my life. That was my bottom. And I've gotten a lot of help, and I'm just so sorry I'm not that guy anymore." So there we were, both confronted by a racist from our past. And I realized over time that John had been confronting that racist for the last 8 years, really. And he had learned some of the lessons that I wish I had taught him with my fist before. A little unsatisfying. But, I realized that he had become a changed person. He wasn't that guy anymore. And we don't coach for the program anymore. We're still friends. And I told him I was going to tell our story tonight. And he was happy because he said, he thinks about it still and about his ignorance and his sense of privilege. I'm so grateful that I met John that second time because I confronted some frozen version of him from the past, but also myself. Because instead of retaliation, I chose reconciliation. And somehow, in the most odd way, I found some resolution. Thank you.